Macpherson, a 22-year-old from Kidderminster in central England, was a keen equestrian who owned a 10-year-old former racehorse named Thor. She rode Thor twice a week and kept him at stables in the nearby hamlet of Stourton. They also participated in organized equestrian events, such as a nearby fun ride hosted by the Bissellwood Equestrian Centre in spring 2016. The course for the center's rides is typically about 7 miles long, passing through the local countryside. The entry fee for the Bissellwood ride also covered a veterinary checkup for the participating animals. Before the event, an experienced vet assessed the horse's health and readiness for the course. However, when he reached Macpherson and Thor, he found it challenging to make a detailed evaluation because Macpherson had covered Thor's hindquarters with an exercise sheet. Horse riders often use exercise sheets to help keep their animals warm. However, in this case, the sheet served another purpose: to conceal Thor's pitiful physical condition. The sheet made it difficult for anyone to see the full extent of Thor's emaciated body. This raised suspicions for the event's organizer, 74-year-old Neville Cope. Cope stated, "She hid the ribcage of the horse by putting a blanket over it." He added, "We have a vet who goes around especially to make sure they're all okay." But the rug on Thor meant that they couldn't see his condition. Despite concerns about Thor's condition, Macpherson completed the ride. A photographer captured images of Macpherson and Thor during the course. However, when these images later appeared, they sparked outrage. Many people reported Macpherson to animal welfare charities after seeing the photos. Upon further investigation, some animal lovers discovered a shocking selfie that Macpherson had taken with Thor, revealing the true extent of the animal's suffering. In that particular image, Macpherson appeared carefree, smiling happily as she led Thor out of his stable. However, with nothing covering the animal's body, it was evident that the horse was extremely thin. The shape of his entire ribcage protruded alarmingly underneath his skin. The Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, RSPCA, took notice of the distressing case. When Susie Smith, an inspector with the leading UK animal welfare charity, first set eyes on Thor, the animal's terrible condition appalled her. Thor looked incredibly thin, and you could see pretty much every bone in his body. The Daily Telegraph quoted Smith as saying, "Smith wasted no time in getting Thor to a safe place and arranging a thorough health check for him. It was obvious to anyone who saw him that he was not well." Smith continued in her statement, "A vet examined Thor and gave him a body condition of 0 out of 5. He was that thin," Smith added. Despite Macpherson riding him twice a week, Thor was thin and had a sore on his spine, directly underneath the saddle. Thor would have experienced a significant amount of pain while being ridden, and upon thorough examination, RSPCA vets determined that a high worm egg count had led to Thor's weight loss. Such a condition can arise when an animal hasn't been properly dewormed. With the cause of the horse's condition identified, the organization could now focus on helping Thor recover. In the meantime, authorities charged Macpherson with causing unnecessary suffering and failing to protect a horse from pain, suffering, injury, and disease. At a hearing at Birmingham Magistrates Court in August 2016, Macpherson pleaded guilty to the offenses. She awaited her sentencing in December that year. During the subsequent hearing, magistrates sentenced Macpherson to carry out 160 hours of unpaid community service. Additionally, she was fined £300 or $395 in trial costs, along with a £60 or $79 victim surcharge. Moreover, the court banned Macpherson from owning horses for 10 years. The handling of Macpherson's negligent behavior by the magistrates was welcomed by fun ride organizer Neville Cope. "I am over the moon that she has now been seriously penalized because I was appalled by it," Cope stated to the Daily Telegraph. "I've been involved in horses all my life and never ever have I seen a horse in as bad a state as this. I was absolutely disgusted," he continued. "After she returned from the ride and removed the rug, we were utterly appalled by what we discovered. I'm immensely pleased with the justice that has been served, and rightfully so," he explained. "We have a veterinarian to ensure the well-being of all our horses, but unfortunately, we'd overlooked this particular case. However, with the assistance of the RSPCA, Thor was able to leave his troubled past behind him. Inspector Smith explained in a press release that Thor's road to recovery was slow, as immediate deworming would have been fatal due to his condition. However, within 5 months, he had gained weight and been properly treated, showing a 0 worm egg count. The retraining of Racehorses Charity helped with the veterinary costs, and the team caring for Thor provided the necessary attention. The good news continued as Smith revealed at the end of her December 2016 press statement that Thor had made amazing progress and had been successfully rehomed. He is thoroughly enjoying his new life, and when you see him trotting across a field, it's hard to believe the condition he was in earlier this year.